GST and HST is probably one of the biggest and most costly mistakes that Canadian business owners make. So in this video, I'm going to explain when the best time to register for GST is and what happens if you don't do it the right way. Let's get into it. So general rule of thumb when it comes to GST slash HST, I won't use both. Sometimes I'll just say GST. It means I'm referring to HST as well in this video, right? I'm not going to waste time saying both every single time, all right? So when it comes to GST, the general rule of thumb, the CRA has like a weird way of phrasing it because it's the CRA, and why would they make our lives easier, right? So the way that they phrase it is a little funky, it's weird, but in general, best rule of thumb to follow, or to the best way to look at it, is that if you make more than $30,000 in a 12-month period, 12 consecutive months, then you are required to start collecting GST slash HST, okay? Now, the mistake that many people make is they wait down to the wire in terms of hitting that $30,000 mark before registering or even thinking about registering. And that's where it ends up costing people a lot of money, because here's what happens if you miss that mark. If you're like, okay, I'm going to wait until I hit exactly $30,000 and then I will register and start collecting GST, chances are when you're running your business, there's so many things happening. You're probably not staying that on top of your income and your numbers, and it's going to fall through the cracks. And in addition to that, there's a good chance that that $30,000 is probably going to be hit on one invoice. So let's say you invoice a customer for $5,000 and $2,000 of that is below the $30,000 threshold and the remaining $3,000 is above it. Now you're having to do all these calculations and all of that. Like it can end up getting very, very messy. And that's if you even realize that you're hitting $30,000 with that invoice, which for most people, they don't even realize it, because understandably so, you just got so much else going on. So the problem with that is that even if you don't register, the second you hit that 30K mark, the CRA is assuming that you have started collecting. So if the CRA is assuming that you started collecting, but you and running your business are not charging GST above your regular prices, then whatever your price is, the CRA looks at that as if it includes GST. Okay, so what does that mean? So let's say your regular price for something is $100. If you were collecting GST, what that would usually mean is that for the $100, that's the base amount. And then in addition to that, you charge the customer the GST or HST. So I'll just use 5%. I'm in the Northwest Territories. That's the rate that we use. So I'm just going to assume 5%, whatever your GST or HST rate is. So if it's 5%, 5% of $100, that means that I'm adding an extra $5 to my $100 price, and the customer ends up paying a total of $105. This $100 is mine. I keep that. That is my money. And then this $5 is what I owe to the CRA. Okay, so I get to keep my full $100. Now, here's what happens if this $100 is above the $30,000 mark, but you don't charge the additional GST or HST. Now, instead of this $100 being the pre-tax amount, this $100 is now your post-tax amount. So that means that the GST or HST is already embedded in this $100. That is how the CRA looks at it. To you, that's not what it is. The CRA doesn't care though. They're like, you should know, you should be charging GST to your customers. Therefore, whatever it is that you collect from your customers, we are just going to assume that the GST is already included in there. So instead of you keeping the $100, which should have been yours, now instead you're keeping, let me just get my calculator, because I do not know this math off the top of my head. So 100 divided by 1.05. So now instead of keeping the full $100, you are only getting to keep $95.24. The rest of it, the remaining, whatever it is, what is it, 100 minus 95.24, the remaining $4.76, this now belongs to the CRA, and this is what's yours. So now you're getting less money. So you can see why this can be problematic if you do not stay on top of it. So just a quick PSA for anyone who's fallen behind on their bookkeeping and you need a fast and easy way to get caught up. If you're watching this video, chances are you are a business owner and you're trying your absolute best to get on top of your numbers so you can get your business or keep your business out of trouble with the CRA. And hopefully by now you understand that your first and best defense against the CRA is your bookkeeping. Now, if you're like most business owners, chances are while you were dealing with the million and one other things that you had going on in the business, the bookkeeping fell through the cracks for months or even years. And now you're feeling stuck staring at a pile of receipts with no idea where to even start. So if that is you, I need you to do yourself a favor and sign up for the next Catch-Up Bookkeeping Bootcamp. This is an online workshop where I will show you step by step the system that I use inside my own bookkeeping practice to get years of bookkeeping caught up in as little as 7 days. And I've already taught the system to hundreds of other Canadian business owners and helped them get their books back up to date, and not just up to date, but CRA proof too. So if you're actually serious about finally getting this handled, then go to the bootcamp link in the description, sign up for the next online workshop, and I'll see you there. Now let's get back to the video. So what is the best solution? As you can tell, I don't recommend waiting until you are right at $30,000 to register for GST, because chances are you are going to forget, and then that's going to end up meaning that money that should be going into your pocket, some of it is now going to CRA's pocket instead. So what I recommend, the rule of thumb that I always recommend to all of my clients and people who I talk to, is to use a 2-month runway. Wait until you are 2 months away from hitting $30,000 and then at least start looking at the process of registering. Even if you don't register right away, at least if you get it on your radar and on your to-do list 2 months early, there's a significantly lower chance that you are going to miss that mark. But how do you figure out that you're 2 months away from hitting $30,000? And that's just a simple matter of just averages, right? Like on average, how much do you make in your business per month? So if on average, every month your business is making $1,000 in revenue. And by the way, when we talk about that $30,000, we're not talking about $30,000 profit. We are talking about $30,000 income, just income straight. It's not gross profit. It's not net profit. You have received $30,000 from clients. It doesn't matter what you spent on expenses, all of that. It is revenue, $30,000 in revenue. Okay. So let's say your average revenue specifically is $1,000 a month. That means when you get to about $28,000, that's when you need to start thinking about, okay, I need to register for GST/HST, okay? And having that runway really helps. Now, if you register before you hit the $30,000 mark, you are required, and it is assumed, that you have started collecting GST or HST right away. Okay, so if you register, let's say you're at $28,000, if you register, that means that you need to start collecting immediately. And you're responsible for collecting immediately. It doesn't mean that, oh, I've registered, but I still get the extra $2,000 leeway before I actually have to start collecting. No, the second you register, you have to start collecting. So it works the same way. Some people will register for a GST right out the gate as soon as they start their business. And when you do that, you don't get to wait until you hit $30,000 before you start collecting it. You have to start collecting it right away. Okay. And you might wonder, okay, why would I do that? Why would anyone register early? Right? Why would anyone register right out the gate? And there's a couple of benefits to registering right out the gate. One of them is, you just set that client expectation right from the start. Your clients or customers know that you charge GST. That's always been a part of your pricing. And, it doesn't have to come as a surprise or a shock when you then start doing it when you hit $30,000. So it sets that expectation right from the beginning with your customers, which can be good. And then the other thing is you then don't have to be be like as granular and as on top of your numbers as you do, as you would have to be if you don't register right out the gate. So you don't have to do the calculations of like, okay, when have I hit this $28,000? Like, you just know that you've registered and you're just collecting GST right from the start. So that's the second benefit. And then the third benefit is you get to claim what are called income tax credits, or ITCs. So what ITC means, this is one of those things that, the government really doesn't give us much grace, but this is one area that I'm like, okay, cool. Y'all all right. Yay. Is with GST, you are allowed to offset what you collect in GST and owe to the CRA with what you pay in GST. So if you collect, let's say your revenue, and the GST on your revenue amounted to $500. If you collect $500 in GST, so this is collect, and then in expenses, like when you pay for things for your business, marketing, you buy a computer, whatever it is, you pay GST on those things as well if the people who you're buying the things from charge GST. So let's say you collect 500 and you pay 300. Instead of you having to send this entire $500 to the CRA, what the CRA says is that you are allowed to offset this amount dollar for dollar with what you have paid in GST for expenses, assets, all of that stuff. So instead, what you end up owing the CRA instead of the 500 is 500 minus the 300 that you paid. So instead, you only have to send the CRA $200. And where this can really come in handy, especially when you're just starting your business, is especially when you're just getting out the gate, like right out the gate, you're probably going to have a lot more expenses than income. Some businesses don't even have any income in the first couple of years, or first year or two. And because you're like setting stuff up, you're buying stuff for the business and all of that. So if you register for GST right at the start, all that money that you pay in expenses, you could actually end up getting a refund. So let's say you just started your business, you're not really like getting a lot of orders just yet, things are still picking up, you're still figuring stuff out, and you maybe make one or two sales, and total you collect $100 in GST. And because you're just starting the business, you have a lot of expenses, you're setting up a lot of things, you're buying equipment, all of that good stuff, and you ended up paying, let's say $600 in GST. Like I said, the CRA allows you to offset this dollar for dollar, but it doesn't just say you offset it and then you end up just at zero. Like if this is higher than this, they don't say then you just don't have to pay. They actually give you money back. So 100 minus 600 is negative 500. So the CRA will actually pay you that amount, which is kind of cool, right? So that's another really big benefit of registering right out the gate. Which do I recommend? For my business, I waited until I was close to the $30,000 mark. But in hindsight, I probably would have just registered right out the gate, because there are obviously benefits to doing so. But, whichever option you go with, it's up to you. Just know that if you decide to wait until you're close to the $30,000, make sure that you are keeping track of those numbers. You're on top of them. You're doing your bookkeeping on a regular basis so that at least recording your income, even if you're not dealing with the expenses, at least recording your income on a regular basis. And if you need, I do have a template that you can use, like a bookkeeping Excel spreadsheet template that you can use to help you with that. And then it also helps you track the GST so you can easily do these calculations when it comes time to file your GST returns. But with that option, yeah, you really have to stay on top of things quite a bit. So make sure that you have some kind of system in place to do that. And I'll put the link for my template in the description. And then obviously the second option is to just register right out the gate. As you have seen, there's benefits to that. But which option works best for you just depends on how you want to handle it. But just make sure that it doesn't matter what, it's up to you. It doesn't necessarily matter which option you choose. The most important thing is that you are not finding yourself in a situation where you have passed that $30,000 mark and you have not been collecting GST and HST from your clients, because then that money, as I showed you up here, is going to then come out of your pocket. And that's money that you should have kept that is now automatically owed to the CRA, which is not an ideal situation. If you have any questions about this specific topic or any bookkeeping topics really for your Canadian business, go ahead and drop those in the comments. I will either answer them in the comments or I'll actually make a video about it to make sure that I can kind of deep dive into it. But yeah, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I am more than happy to help.